Hello.
Hi.
So let's start off. I mean, obviously, this wonderful story has had many incarnations. I mean, how would you describe this one, this particular Snow White?
I feel I read Brothers Grimm when I became a young adult, and so I found it later in my life, and I found them to be incredibly dark stories, and so it was shocking for me to kind of discover them that time in my life and realize what I had come to know was we've kind of watered the story down, and I think we've gone back to maybe some of those original ideas behind the story and thematically. Stayed true to what I think their intent was, but brought it back to a more darker tone, and so that was, I had no problem with that. I like that stuff.
Yeah, me too. I agree. And then so you were one of the first people cast. So can you tell me what it is? What it was? Sorry, I mean about the project that particularly made you go young. You know.
I think it was a mixture of a very iconic story, very iconic character, and an attempt to retell that in a way that the challenge was, how do you take that, turn it on its head a little bit so that people can enjoy it and it doesn't feel like a regurgitated story. It feels like, and also I think the potential that the story had, I think all of us felt like the story lent itself to that kind of exploration. And if it didn't, I don't think any of us would want to kind of tell the story that everybody just knows. So it was just kind of being fascinated by how much she could explore thematically with the story. And then obviously the visual of it is, I've never been a part of anything visually this extravagant and amazing and fantastical, and the special effects on this and the set pieces and how epic and big in scale this is. Like all of that for me was a huge plus. I was like, you want me to come and be in my own castle? Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about your Ravenna. I love her. She's so amazing. And I think it's the only time I've ever watched a version of Snow White where I felt sorry for the Queen, actually. And she's, it's not her fault.
She is manipulating you. She will eat your small child and pets. Do not fall for it. She was very, I don't think I would have wanted to play her if I didn't feel like we could ground her in some reality. And Rupert was really, he was obsessed with that. And so I was very excited to do that with him, that work with him, because I work like that, and I'm really driven by, if it doesn't make sense to me, I don't know how to play it. And so we had to almost work backwards in order to kind of discover why she was the queen that we've kind of come to know over these centuries. And building that backstory for her and stripping away at all of the menacing attributes and coming back to that little girl that was taken away from her mother at age 8 and given to a king to be a wife, and then by age 11 she was too old for him and she was replaced. I mean, that informs you a lot about how someone would be thinking and what they would do in order to survive in their life. And they might not turn out to be the healthiest person. So I think it's finding that the human in there, and I think that's what people are maybe being moved by. I don't know.
It's your extraordinary talent, though. Yeah. Let's talk a bit about your Snow White, about Kristen a bit, and playing opposite her. And
she's amazing. She's just great. She's incredibly talented, and I love her tenacity. She comes to work and she's really excited to be there, and that to me says this is someone who really truly loves her job and wants to push the envelope and wants to stretch it and pull it and is willing to do that. And I love how absolutely focused she is on the stuff that matters and not on the stuff that doesn't. And so she's a nice girl to be around. She's refreshing.
Yeah. It's great. It's great casting. And then finally, before I move on to Facebook, I just wanted to talk about those amazing costumes.
Yeah. The whole look, everybody that created that look with me just worked so hard and did such a great job. The whole hair and makeup team, and of course Colleen with the costumes and the set pieces, the set design, and everything was incredibly helpful to me to play this character. And yeah, once you have that hair done and that makeup done and you put that costume on, it's impossible not to almost embody that character.
Yeah, because it wasn't green screen very much. It was more in camera, wasn't it, and on locations.
Yeah,
and
moments. Yeah, moments. But a lot of it was tangible and right there.
Which is probably a help.
Yeah.
Okay.